Okay, hey, good morning, what's up? It's your boy Matthew Galang with Top Bikes Philippines. Today we'll be heading to the Inside Racing Bike Festival, which is essentially parang MIAS or the Manila International Auto Show or Auto Salon, tama ba? But for motorcycles. Pretty significant because for the first time in a couple of years since the pandemic, there can be in-person bike events again, so we're pretty excited. And so our ride for today is the CF Moto 700 CLX Sport, which, as the name implies, is a 700cc sport naked motorcycle, and it has a price tag of 399,800 pesos. And as we're getting ready to go here, let's say hi to my Yamaha R1 and my Kawasaki Ninja 250 SL. Okay, let's get this bike started, shall we? Thank you. And there we go. Right now, we are in eco mode because, yeah, medyo kailangan eh. Gas prices, while going down, are still pretty damn high. So, tipid-tipid muna tayo. Okay, looks good. Get ready to go. So, while we're exiting my parking here, let's talk a little bit about the bike. So, for its 400,000 peso price tag, you get a 699cc parallel twin DOHC engine, Brembo brakes, front and rear, inverted KYB suspension up front, a monoshock type suspension setup in the rear, 6-speed manual transmission, all the usual goodies and whatnot from CF Moto. Plus, you get stuff like cruise control, ABS, and riding modes. Well, there are only two riding modes. You get Eco mode and Sport mode. Eco mode is, well, self-explanatory nga. It's, well, economical. And Sport mode is the full potential of the bike's engine, response, and, well, power. Malamang, diba? In Sport mode, well, you get everything the bike can throw at you, and it's actually really, really quick. Well, that's to be expected from this class of motorcycle. Very torquey, very responsive, really quick on its feet, very true to the Sport variant name. Well, the base model, or the standard trim, which is the 700 CLX Heritage, wasn't a bad performer by any means. It was actually one of those bikes that I really did enjoy using. Pero yung Sport kasi, it's much more my style. Aside from just like the clip-on handlebars, the sportier tires, and the overall sportier look, performance and like handling is just so much sharper. Engine response is, well, very, very sharp. And hi, Kuya. And let's head on over to Bendia. Ay, parang daan ko lang papasok ng school dati. Very nostalgic. Hey, what's up, Community Help Desk? Okay, ate tawid. So, as I was saying, yeah, while the 700 CLX Sport and 700 CLX Heritage are, well, very, very similar because they're mostly the same bike, there are a few key differences. That includes more road-oriented tires, the, well, alloy wheels, the Brembo brakes, front and rear, compared to the J1 units on the Heritage. Oh, nga pala. For the Brembos on the Sport version, you get twin rotors up front compared to the single rotor setup, the Heritage. Well, the J1 brakes on the Heritage weren't bad per se. The twin Brembos on the Sport are just so much better. Kasi ang lakas ng kapit, ang ganda ng kagat. Very big bike appropriate. Fitting nga naman because well, Sport model eh. And ano pa ba? You get a revised riding position with the clip-on handlebars that actually aren't that low. They're surprisingly comfortable. Like if you weren't looking, yeah, you wouldn't notice that they're like actual slip-ons. They're sort of tall, they're sort of wide. So yeah, because they're clip-on handlebars, yung turn to turn, well, turning radius mo it isn't quite the same as on a naked bike. And so there's a chance na natama yung handlebar sa tank along with your hand. But, oh, that was dangerous, man. Ano kaya nangyari dyan? Bindihan ko yan, Yun, abot pa naman. But yeah, as you can see, eco mode lang tayo ngayon. But that is very peppy. Because we're conserving gas, yeah, eco mode tayo. Pero, well, for the sake of this quick little review, shift now over to sport. As you can see, with the press of a button, we are now in sport mode. Real quick, easy and simple to initiate. Kahit nga medyo ma-under ka, immediately you notice that, yeah, the auto response is very immediate. With yung eco mode kasi may slight delay pa with when you start twisting the throttle before the engine starts picking up acceleration wise. With sport, you just think twisting the throttle, aandar ka na ng arangkada ka na, so to speak. Another thing sport mode does is it actually livens up your engine sound. Because in eco mode, sure, tunog big bike naman siya, but it's not exactly confidence inspiring. Sport mode doesn't make it sound like ng aftermarket exhaust na siya, but it does make it sound significantly meatier. Which is very important in this day and age, because acoustics are, yeah, very important to the motorcycle riding experience. Medyo singit lang tayo dito. Let's go back into eco, because traffic na. Gotta be responsible with our lane filtering. Sucks lang. Pasok. Here, let's see how easy it is to find neutral. Pretty easy, actually. Just the clutch on this thing is very, very reasonable for a big bike. Compared to my R1, for example. Yun, grabe, ang tigas nun. Like, make me drive for like 20, 30 minutes through the city and my arm will start cramping up. Ang tigas-tigas ng clutch. But for this, like, sucks lang talaga. Like, I just use 2 fingers and I'm fine. Like, all day riding, no problem. It doesn't have a quick shifter, but, well, you're not exactly taking this thing to the track on a daily basis, are you? So, okay lang kahit wala. Here. It. Medyo nostalgic talaga to because this was the same route I used to take going to school before I graduated. Like back then, pag like traffic dito, like inip na ako because late na ako sa first class, so like what, 7:38. Then again, that was on me kasi hindi ko magising eh. Kakape-kape pa ako. Today, since mabait tayo, di na ako nagkape, mamaya na yan. Hey, construction along Manila. Or as they say, Buencha. Let's check out gas prices over here. Kumusta kaya? Diesel 66, extra advanced 72, XCS to 73. Huh. Even lower than last week, but that's still pretty high. Man, really miss the days in like 40, 30 pesos-ish lang yung gas. Grabe, I talk kasi pag tanda ako, no? That's like, yeah, don't be mistaken, bata-bata pa ako. I'm in my early 20s. Or so I'd like to say. Oh, init ngayon, no? Yo, is that safe, kuya? Nasa ladder ka dyan. I see it'll take a while before they fix yung ano. Parang ramp ng off-road dyan. Speaking about heat, since ang init today, another good thing for excuse me, daily riding when it comes to 700 CLX Sport is that it really doesn't get hot. As in, di talaga siya umiinit. It gets about as warm as a motorcycle needs to be when it's running, but otherwise, like, di talaga siya nakapaso, your legs don't feel hot. Very ideal for, yeah, around town cruising. Even if spinort mode mo, even a super bump in the traffic, it's not going to be like other, well, European bikes, let's call them that really do like cook your legs whenever you so much as touch traffic. Another traffic worthy feature of the bike is just how easy it is to use. The seat is low, it's narrow between your legs, the riding position is sporty but it's not too dedicated, so hindi ka super nakadapa, hindi ka super nakayoko. I mean, sure, personally, trip ko yung sport bike, super bike riding position. I mean, why else would I own two? But for people who aren't exactly as dedicated, people who, well, yeah, don't want to hurt themselves on a daily basis, this kind of sporty but not too committed riding position, sakto-sakto siya. Well, on that topic, the seat is actually pretty nice. Like, it's wide enough for me and my big butt. Hindi siya masyado matigas. Cushiony naman. But it's firm enough and it doesn't feel like I have a hard time moving my butt around there because I still can. Usual windy traffic. Actually, medyo late na nga sa lagay na to eh. Dios, kaya mo na yan. You're a big boy. Hey! Okay, hi, espacio. Anong weird ko talaga, no? I talk to these guys sa traffic. Yung mga nakakotse na to, as if they can hear me, but yeah, para lang masaya. Oh, hindi tayo dapat feature shot. Ito, my bad. It's been a while since tuman ako dito because, well, must been a while, like, what, couple of years since the last time my event sa World Trade Center. And so I'm really glad that in-person events are coming back. Nakakamiss rin yung motorcycling scene na in-person talaga eh. Because sure, excuse me, you can still see motorcycles online, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. But nothing beats seeing these new bikes in the mesh, in the metal, in the flesh talaga. Lutong na ako, ano. In the mesh, metal sa flesh na pinagsama, ano. Labo ko, sir. Okay, we're going pretty near. Doon kaya yung makasama ko. And I can see it now. First, kailangan natin pumasok dito. Check. Let's see if parking is the same as it always was. Well, as we step through traffic, it is very worth noting that, yeah, medyo madali isingit yung bike na to. It's light, easy to maneuver. Handling is, well, yes, very responsive. Though personally I'm not a big fan of, well, handlebar and mirrors like these. Kasi, okay, they look better, mas bagay siya sa look ng bike. But they make the bike ever so slightly wider at the handlebar area, and excuse me, that makes it slightly trickier for me to make seeing it. And sure, you can fold it in here, check that out, cool, no? But it's still the same length. I mean, width. Other than that, like, yeah, very seeing it above motorcycle. Also helps that yung exhaust pipe, it doesn't stick out a lot to the side. Okay, kakaliwa na tayo dito. Pwesto lang tayo. Siguro na kayo, kanina pa ako nakapwesto eh. Sigurado. Okay, I go first. Okay, fortunate. Thank you. Saan kaya tayo pasok dito? $700, kuya. Doon na lang ako. Sige, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Oh, ayos. For city like bike parking. Because you've got the right. Yeah. Ayos, here we are. Nakakamiss rin to. Time to get to parking. Dami tao. What's new? Actually, kahit hindi natin super dikit para may space tayo. And we'll be meeting up with other truck on top bikes, boys. Okay, parking time. Oh yeah. Buying usual, nice and easy. Over here, yeah, it's got the digital dash. Nothing special. You got carbon fiber-ish plastic trim. Not actually carbon fiber though. First, check it out. Hazard light tayo. Anyway, so that's that. Let us know if you've got any comments, questions about this bike. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Alright, yeah.